Up at Noon is brought to you by Thief.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Up at Noon. I'm Greg Miller, and are you ready for a show that'll steal your heart? We sit down with a master criminal to find out how to make a name via the shadows. Then Stefan Roy sneaks in to tell me about his new game Thief. Then Ashley Johnson comes by to tell me about reprising the role of Ellie in The Last of Us Left Behind. But first, news you care about. In a recent statement, Ellen Page, Kitty Pryde in the X-Men films, came out of the closet and admitted she was a lesbian. Seriously, give it up for Ellen Page! So happy. While we here at Up at Noon could not be happier for her, we hope this opens the door and inspires Cyclops to come out and admit that he's a huge toolbox. Look at this guy. 2 movies of this, just crying and being nope, glad he's gone. In a shocking announcement, Irrational Games laid off nearly 90% of their staff this week and handed the BioShock franchise off to their parent company, 2K, to continue the series. Guys, don't worry. The things we love always go on to stay great after the people who made them great stop working on them, right? You know, just like the last 20 seasons of The Simpsons.
Or the last 7 Crash Bandicoots.
Or Home Alone 3 through 5.
Or Land Before Time, 2 through 77.
Die Hard 4, 5, and definitely 6.
The last 10 Mario parties.
Most of the Tony Hawks.
Superman Returns.
Saved by the Bell, the college years, and the new class.
RoboCop. That remake.
Joel Schumacher's Batman.
The last 19 Alien and Predator movies.
The last 10 Mega Mans.
All the spin-offs from Friends.
All the spin-offs from Cheers except Frasier.
JC... Every time.
We are here.
JC Chazé's post-NSYNC solo career.
And BioShock 2.
Oh yeah, BioShock 2. Yeah, great. Good luck.
So good luck, BioShock. You're going to be a great kart racer. House of Cards Season 2 launched on Netflix this month, but many of you skipped it because you missed Season 1. So in traditional IGN fashion, I thought I'd boil the whole story down for you in 5 minutes. However, I was then told the internet can't watch 5 minutes of content. So I decided to give you everything you need to know about House of Cards Season 1 in 5 seconds. Are you ready? Yeah! 5 seconds on the clock. Francis Underwood's the whip and no one knows what that means. He has sex with Kmart, they break it off, he becomes Vice President Barbecue. You are all set for Season 2 now. Go stream it. And finally, the hotly anticipated stealth game Thief hits stores this week, and its sneaky hooded protagonist Garrett will do anything to overcome adversity and rob from the filthy rich. But what's the hardest part about being a thief? We sat down with the star of the game to find out. Okay, Garrett, what does it take to be a master thief?
Being a thief involves lurking in the shadows, hiding in the night, stalking your prey for the exact moment to stalk and trick the thief.
I'm sorry, Garrett. I can't understand what you're saying at all, like even a little bit. It seems like your mask is obscure. Can you take your mask off?
I can't take off the mask, it covers my face.
You want to pick up the pace?
I don't need to speed up the pace. The pace
Whoa,
is
you
fine.
love Ace of Base?
There's no Ace of Base.
Me too.
I don't listen to Ace of Base. They only had one song.
You use Mace?
Why would I need Mace to be a master thief? Does that make any sense to you at all? Hi, can I get your thing? Mace?
Whoa, who's the master race?
No, there's no master race. I like all the races.
Okay, I understand there's a party at your place, but we need to get through this interview first.
My face. I can't take off the mask or you'll see my face. Are you happy? Now I'm going to jail. Screw this show.
I guess he's going to the party at his place. Thank you for your time, Garrett. Wow, that guy sure was stealthy. Speaking of stealthy, Greg Way! My next guest made a game all about being stealthy. Yes, Thief is back, ladies and gentlemen, and here to tell me all about it is Stefan Roy. As I live and breathe, Stefan Roy.
Hi, man.
So, you make a game called Thief.
You're right.
Why? Like, you know, it's as if video games didn't get a bad enough rap with all the violence and the kids. Oh, they're doing now every theft I'm gonna have to hear about, it's your fault.
No. No, but I mean, it's. I think it's. We have to teach a couple of things, so it's a good school.
Oh, good. The game is just a thief simulator. How to be a better thief.
No, see it like this. I mean, it's. I don't know, but when I used to be kid, playing cops and robbers.
Yeah.
So this is that type of fantasy. Not really when you're old. When you're a kid. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
Sure.
it's not really a thief. It's. Well, another question.
When can we expect Hamburglar DLC? Because that is no, Thief. Tell me all about it. It's a reboot of the franchise. People know Thief. Thief's been around a long time, but
No.
you guys are starting from square one.
Exactly. But it's not a prequel. It's not a sequel. It's really we want to bring back this franchise. You're right. Between the last game and this one, there is 10 years. So a big challenge to make sure that we're going to respect the legacy, but talking to a new generation of player. So at the beginning, something happened, of course.
Yeah.
For every story, you need something happening.
Right.
So there is a kind of big accident, and after that, when the game really starts, you're back in the city called the city.
Clever.
And you're back in the city, but 1 year later. During the game, you want to find out, okay, what did happen? So this is it. You're going to progress, and if you're good and if you finish the game, you're going to have the answer.
You keep pointing at me like that. You're really giving it to me.
I'm talking to you.
I know, but you're really stressing the you.
Okay.
All right. So how hard was it then? You want to make something new? You guys were like the first next gen game announced too. You were hey, we're on the PlayStation 4 or whatever that next box is, and this thing and that thing. How hard was it to come at that and say we want to do something really new, but still give you guys the Thief you want?
Big challenge, honestly, because it's. I found out that it's hard to stay with that franchise. It seems that it's black or white. It's not in between. So a lot of people are still in love with this franchise. So for them, it's really you are in the shadow. Nobody should see you. You are a master thief. So and other people that they have no clue what is thief.
We call them noobs.
For them, it's we work very hard to make sure that they are going to find out what is it, but with a 2014 type of game also.
Yeah.
How we used to play game 10 years ago, and today it's different.
Yeah.
So we worked very hard to respect these two group of people. So and how we did it, I really like it. We are going to give you a lot of options to make sure that you're going to play the game like you want.
Yeah, this is one of the things I thought was really cool about it. When you jump in and play it, if you are old school Thief and you want no HUD, nothing on there,
exactly.
You can take it all off. But if you want a mini map, you can put a mini map up there and all this other stuff.
Yeah, so this part it's really about what you're going to see. So you're right. If you want to have just the game and a full immersion, you can do it. You can turn off everything. No bling bling over the objects, nothing. Okay?
If anyone comes in here and steals mini Brian Altano, there's going to be heads rolling around IGN.
So this is possible, but also by option, I mean that, of course, there is a classic, easy, medium, hard difficulty. But after that, there's where the fun is starting for the hardcore gamer. You can, let's say, according to you, saving is cheating.
Yeah.
You don't save, because this game you can save anywhere, but if you don't want turn off, you don't save. So you can, just turn off what you want, and the maximum is if you are, because you can finish this game without killing anybody. So talking about teaching good thing to kids, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, just go steal from them. Don't kill them.
Yeah.
Let them wake up to all their heirlooms gone.
But honestly, it's possible that, okay, you play the game for, 10, 15 hours, and you are detected, you're game over. I mean, if you want, you can turn on this option. And imagine, you are detected, and you will have to restart the game from the beginning.
I wouldn't want to do that. I won't turn that option on.
Exactly. And it's linked with a score, so there is a leaderboard. So I'm really looking forward to see, because if you turn on all these options, I think it's 1,300 points. I'm looking forward to see how many people will beat the game with all these options on. I won't play like this.
No,
Guaranteed.
you want to have fun.
But again, for a lot of people, a Thief game is this. So we gave them these options. For other people that they really want to enjoy and discover the story, what did happen this year,
Yeah.
and they don't want to fight with mechanics, but just enjoying the game, please play this game like you want. You don't have to, you can save.
Is there still a future for stealth games? I think it's one of the, you hear about Metal Gear a lot. Dishonored made some waves. You guys are here, but then again, the Titanfall. I just want to run at a mech all the time and die. Maybe that's just how I play.
I mean, of course, I will say yes, right? No future, and I don't know why I worked on this game. If I give you chicken every day, I guess at the end of the week, at the end of the month. Anyway, there is a moment in your life.
If it's chicken wings, we are okay, Stefan.
So, salad?
Sure. Oh, God,
okay.
yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Halfway through that salad, I'm going to be like, we got problems.
So, what I'm trying to tell you, variation is good, all right? If it's just headshot and kind of bing, bing, you're dead, that's great, but I think that it's really cool also to have another type of gameplay. And that said, honestly, if you want to do headshot in this game, please do. It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Stefan, thank you so much for coming by. Thief, of course, out this week. I like you a lot. You should come back sometime. Speaking of coming back sometime, Greg Way, my next guest is back for her third appearance on Up at Noon. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for The Last of Us' Ellie, Ashley Johnson. As I live and breathe, Ashley Johnson.
Hey.
Welcome back to the show.
Thanks.
How are you?
I'm doing really well.
Last of Us. It was a big deal. You were here before, and you're like, I'm working on this indie game, Last of Us. Nobody knew how it was going to pan out. Then it wins all these Game of the Year awards.
Yes.
Most people say, not in spite of you, because of you.
That's a little crazy.
How was last year for you?
It was really good. I mean, we've worked on that game for over 4 years now.
Yeah.
So
I'm so sorry you had to be around Troy that long.
I know. So terrible. Not at all. He's awesome. I'm lying. So I think just it's like when you make something, you want people to like it as much as you do. Mm-hmm. And, the fact that people responded the way that they did was exciting. And every day, when they would send like a review or we would hear something, I would just be, sitting there crying.
What a wonderful year.
I cried all year. No, but it was really good. I mean, this is something this game means so much to me just because it's one of my most favorite things that I've ever worked on. And I love Ellie so much. So I'm glad that people liked it.
Yeah.
It was a good year.
So
all in all, in a summary, it was a good year.
Okay, good. I'm glad we got there. When you were working on the game, did you think it was going to be as big as it was? Because obviously, we all sit around and we all just keep looking at Naughty Dog like, you're going to up. And we're all waiting for it. They're eventually going to swing and miss. And so you had to be like, oh, I hope it's not me.
Yeah, I know. You never know. I mean, it's like when you work on stuff, you hope that it's going to be good. I mean, you never want to be working on something that you're like, yep, I know this is going to suck, but we're just going to keep going.
Power through.
Yeah, you just power through. But, I think at times we're like, this is really special, and I hope this turns out well, but I think I was a little bit surprised when I ended up playing it. I was like, wow, I would like this even if I weren't in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Your highest recommendation.
Yeah.
So then what was it like to come back and do Left Behind, the DLC?
I was so excited. When Neil was like, okay, I have an idea for the DLC, I want to run it by you. I was like, okay. And then we went out for lunch, some Italian restaurant, irrelevant.
What?
I had some pasta.
You are missing a golden opportunity at free
what
food.
did I have? I think I had pasta, that's for sure.
Like, you're missing the point. You can't. You got to get the restaurant name. Like, hey, ask me where I was before. Where did I eat before this?
Hey, Greg, what did you eat before this?
Oh, where did I eat? Well, I'm at IGN, so of course I went to Merrigan's Sub Shop. Down the corner of 2nd and Brandon, the best sub.
Is that the sticker you have in your pocket? Brian almost gave me a sticker for it, and I was like, I don't want a crappy sticker.
Merrigan's Sub Shop has the finest stickers in all the land. It's a good sandwich.
I bet it's good. I'm sorry, sandwich shop. I forgot what you're called. I'll take some stickers. Put it on my binder for school. What am I saying?
Your trapper keeper full of
My
appointments.
trapper keeper, yeah. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
Well, it was that Neil took you to
Oh,
lunch.
yes. Okay. ADD. Right here happening. Okay. Oh, shoot. Going south. Here we go.
You're eating
Rein it
pasta.
back in. Eating pasta.
Neil Druckmann's there.
Okay.
He's probably drinking really hot tea because he does that.
He does. Does he drink tea?
Yeah.
He does drink tea. Okay.
I'm the reporter here. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, you know what? He does drink tea. He doesn't drink coffee. Okay, so we're sitting at the restaurant, and he's like, okay, so we're eating, and he doesn't want to tell me the story yet till we finish eating, so I'm just like shoveling my food.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, so they take the food, and then he's like, okay, so here's the idea for the DLC. And so I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, and then what happens, and then what happens, and I was tearing up. Apparently, this is a theme. I'm an emotional woman, and I was a little not shocked, but I was excited, and I couldn't wait to do it. And I was so excited to get back into Ellie's shoes because they're my favorite pair of shoes.
So then, how long did you have to work on the DLC?
The DLC, it was, let's see, I want to say 9 months, maybe less. I don't know.
Okay.
So there's good information.
Can you
for
remember what you ate at the pasta restaurant? All right, now here's the thing. Ladies and gentlemen at home, we're now putting at the bottom of the screen, spoiler warning. This means that you can tell don't you groan. I tweeted at all of these kids. I said we were going to spoil it. Yeah, Sean Finnegan. What else
Yeah,
you doing?
Sean.
Boo. Anyway, so now there's a spoiler warning up where we will spoil things from the DLC and from the real game. You all had your chance. I'm sorry. So let's start with the DLC.
Okay.
When you tackle the character of Ellie,
Yes.
is she gay? That's like
No,
the most
it's
honest, sincere, real
Yeah.
question I've had, because this is something people talk about, right? In the DLC,
Right.
there's the kiss. And
Right.
so Neil came on and did the spoiler cast with us, talked about it, and he's like expressing all the things behind it. But then people still in the comments were like, "You're all interpreting this wrong. She's not gay. She's just caught up in the moment." And like, all that's true. And for me, this is where you're just interviewing me now. For me, when I'm playing it,
Tell me, Greg.
and it happens to
You
me.
sit here.
Okay.
So tell me, Greg, for you.
I don't think I've ever had a single shot during the interview, so this is exciting. I'm going to get a close-up finally. All right,
Guys,
so go
it's
ahead.
always exciting here at Up and Noon. Up at noon, I'm drunk. And I haven't even had any alcohol.
So I'm playing, and it happens. They kiss. Such a genuine moment. I knew they were in love from the... Oh, I'm getting the close-up. Look at that. I knew they were in love, from the Facebook booth. When they went in there, and they're like, well, what do you want to pick? And I'm like, well, I want to pick
Okay.
love, of course. And it was like, oh, wait a second, they love each other. And then you start seeing little more
so he
signs.
puts it up there, okay.
Yeah. And then there's the kiss and stuff, but it's one of those things, and maybe, hopefully, this is one of the big things I push for, right? That I'm really excited, hopefully, to live in a world one day where being gay isn't a thing.
Right.
You don't
Right.
have to make a declaration that you're gay, that it isn't, oh my, two girls just kissed, whoa, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's neither an applause or a boo moment, it's just a moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this felt like that for me, to where it happened, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, they're in love. And it wasn't like, oh, now I'm identifying Ellie as gay.
Okay.
See where I
That's
went
good.
with all that?
Yeah, no, I do.
Okay,
I
you're
really
in a
like
game
it.
that stirs up emotions.
Yes. And I feel awkward that I'm sitting here.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Musical chairs.
All right.
Okay.
So is Ellie gay when you play Ellie?
Okay. I know so many people have been asking me this question, and Neil and I have talked about it so much. I feel like we both sort of, Neil and I are coming at it from a sort of a different place, and so I think he thinks one way about it, and I kind of think one way about it. But I know this is kind of a terrible answer, but I feel like it doesn't really matter. because I think this is. I mean, I know that kind of sounds like a cop-out answer,
It doesn't
but
at
it's
all.
like,
No, that's what I was driving at, right?
Yeah.
To me, it wasn't. All of a sudden, Ellie became, oh, she's one of the gay characters in games. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess she is. No, maybe she isn't. I don't know. It's like, it's not answering the question at all.
No, but I
just
mean, this is
feel
what I'm
like,
talking about. It's a complicated game of complicated emotions.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
in
like
this.
Operation.
Yes. That's exactly what it's like. You're like, oh,
What do I do? My emotions.
yeah. I think it's, in this sort of world that they're living in, obviously that's not something that they're even thinking about. Of, if it's, with Bill's character or,
Right.
I think it's just when you make a connection with somebody, that's the only thing that you have in the world. So regardless of whether it's male or female, that's what's important. And I think for Ellie, Riley was kind of, meant everything to her. So of course, when you're a teenager, how else do you sort of express that emotion than just like, I gotta kiss you right now, So
That's how I almost closed out the Stefan interview. So it's,
like, I gotta kiss you right now.
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, I even as I played it, I was going sort of back and forth on it.
Yeah.
But it's like at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters. Sorry, guys.
No, you did great. That was an awesome answer. You did really good.
Okay.
I thought we were in for rough waters with the pasta stuff, but you brought it around. You were fine. So here's my next question now. Sean, have you beaten The Last of Us, the real game? Yes. All right, there we go. So what did you think of the ending of The Last of Us in general? Joel is the bad guy. Joel is the bad guy. I beat that game and I was like, Joel is the bad guy.
Yeah. I've heard you say that before, and I was like, man, that's a really interesting sort of take on it. But I feel like I would make the same decision that he did.
Really?
Because
You're Ellie.
yeah, I know.
You just want to be in the sequel. You don't even care.
I mean, because I was like, okay, if I was in this world and I made a connection with somebody, no matter no matter what, and then you would lose that for mankind, basically, I would be like, well, I hate mankind now because I lost the person that I love, and I don't care about all these other people. It's totally selfish. It's totally selfish. But I would make the same decision. Drunk.
It's okay.
I would make the same decision.
So then when you're playing the final cutscene of the game there, and you ask for the truth, he gives it to you. Ellie, obviously. You're not Ellie.
Yeah.
You just play Ellie. I'm not crazy. Does she believe him, you think? Like when you play that scene, you're lost in that moment. Sometimes it's on the page, but you bring it to life. So did you believe it? I mean, does Ellie believe Joel when he's like, oh yeah, fireflies, man, they were nothing. See ya.
Yeah.
Let's ride a horse.
No, she doesn't believe him.
Does it matter to her? And again, as you interpret the character,
Yeah.
Druckmann's probably cranking away on Last of Us 2. It's 15 years from now. Ellie's
Yeah.
all grizzled. She's going after Joel now.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be amazing. Yeah, I think, it's Ellie, obviously, throughout the game, it's like she has a really good bullshit detector. So I think, when Joel sort of says that, and he's like, oh, yeah, this fireflies, it didn't end up working. It's like she knows he's lying, and whether, I think that's what's cool sort of that the game ends there, because you're like, well, maybe they just moved on with their lives, or who knows what happened.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not cool. I know a lot of people were kind of annoyed with it, but I loved it.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I was never annoyed with it. I thought it was.
Good. Okay,
I always
good.
thought it was awesome. It's one of those great games where Naughty Dog, Neil, just not Bruce because he doesn't do anything. they had,
Bruce does a lot.
No, don't get me started on Bruce. They had a story and they told it, and they didn't
Yeah.
cop out. They didn't bend. At the end, they're like, we don't care if when I walked into the hospital room, right? Like, I was waiting for the button prompts to pop up and be like, leave her or save her, and that never happened. I had to kill the doctor.
Yeah.
And then I was
Did you kill?
I can't leave any witnesses.
I know.
My first guy
I was
came at me, and
too.
I'm like, I'm so sorry, guys. I really want to do this in real life. All right.
That's what I did too, and I didn't know that you had an option.
Yeah.
And then I just went in, and there was just like no questions. I shot the first guy, And then the chick is like over crying in the corner, and I was like, sorry.
Can't come after me. I can't handle
No.
this. Yeah. So
Time to
then,
die.
Last of Us is done.
Last of Us is done.
You're probably in pre-production on Last of Us 2.
No.
No, you're not. Yeah. Again, over here on this IGN.com podcast Beyond Spoilercast with Neil and Bruce, they talk about these questions. Anyways, why did you cut to a
Which I
one-shot of
listened to.
Ashley during that? So right now, if people want to continue to support you, what can they do? You're retired from acting now after Last of Us?
No.
Oh, okay.
I know. I should just stop here because
It's never gonna get
it's all
better.
downhill. I don't know. I'm working on random things, but we'll see.
All right. So look for Ashley Johnson in Random Things coming up, and of course, pick up The Last of Us Left Behind right now, available on your PlayStation 3. Ashley, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to Brian Altano, Stefan Roy, Ashley Johnson, and you, my audience. If you want to be in that audience, go.ign.com/up at noon for details. As always, Brian and I will be responding to comments the first hour this video is live, so come tell us when you fell in love with Ellie in The Last of Us. For me, it was when she straight up murdered that guy with a machete. Kids today. We'll be back next Monday at noon, but until then, I'm going back to bed, DaveFenoy.com.